Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. Today I wanted to share with you 8 perfumes that I think really don't suit me, and it's kind of funny because 7 out of these 8 are actually in my collection. If you're new here, then welcome. If you love everything to do with fragrances, please be sure to click the subscribe button below and activate the little notification bell as well so you don't miss out on any of my future perfume videos. I do upload usually every Wednesday and Saturday minimum. Sometimes I will post a bonus video on a Sunday. Also, feel free to check out my many other perfume videos that I already have on my channel. I have over 100 videos on my channel to date, so be sure to check those out. I'm going to leave some playlists linked below as well in case you're interested. And without further ado, let's get started with today's video. So first up today we have Jean Paul Gaultier Scandal by Night. Now, I was really interested in this fragrance for such a long time. It'd kind of been on my wish list for a while. It's pretty much everything I sort of expected it to be. It's a very rich, thick, heavy, sweet, cherry, tuberose, thick, honey, slightly powdery, intense scent. It's kind of everything I thought it would be from that point of view. But what I've kind of realised is I don't know if this suits me. This is a very particular kind of style of fragrance. It is very loud, it is very obnoxious, very flirty, you know, very much a nighttime going out kind of scent, or like a date night scent, going out for drinks, or, you know, those kind of scenarios. To me, that's just what this perfume is all about, you know. It's a very loud, flirty, feminine scent, and for some reason I just really don't feel comfortable wearing this perfume yet. I mean, maybe I will in the future, but it's almost so loud that it's slightly jarring to me, because I'm not a very loud person. I would say I'm fairly reserved. I'm not really that loud at all. I'm not really what I would consider to be an extrovert either. To me, this is like a really extroverted kind of fragrance. And for those reasons, I just don't really think it suits me. I haven't decided as of yet whether I'll be keeping it in my collection. It could very well become a declutter, I'm not sure. I kind of want to keep it because I like the bottle, and I really enjoy smelling it out the bottle actually. It's a really enjoyable scent, but I just don't know if it suits me, you know. I mean, I could see an outfit that I think looks absolutely amazing, but I wouldn't necessarily want to wear it myself. It's kind of like that. It's just not really my style, you guys. I feel like it's just not really me. So that is Scandal by Night from Jean Paul Gaultier. It's a fantastic fragrance. I would recommend it to you. It's long lasting, it's very strong, it's rich, it's beautiful, kind of creamy, very creamy sort of consistency here, or in texture rather. It's just very smooth, sweet, feminine, flirty. It's a powerhouse fragrance, so of course it's really nice, but it's just not my style really. So that is Scandal by Night. Next up today we have the original Scandal from Jean Paul Gaultier. Now, I kind of feel like the Scandal line isn't necessarily for me, just for the same reasons I mentioned just there. So again, this is an extremely loud perfume. This is just the original Scandal, and I was quite shocked at just how explosive this fragrance is. It is just, it's so enormous, you know, the sillage that you get from this, the projection, the lasting power, it is just enormous to the point of feeling slightly overwhelming to me. I almost feel like this fragrance, it would dominate my personality in a way, because it would be even louder than I am. You know, of course, it's not to say that it's a bad fragrance. I would still recommend this for those same reasons. You know, if you're looking for a very bold, long-lasting, sweet, feminine scent, I would give this one a try, particularly if you enjoy honey. But to me, there's something, it's just so incredibly loud, flirty, and obnoxious to me. And for that reason, it kind of clashes with my personality and my style as well. It's a very attention-grabbing type of scent, and I'm really not an attention-grabbing kind of person. I don't like getting a lot of attention necessarily. So for those reasons, I just think the whole Scandal line isn't really for me per se. The only one I would say is more for me out of the whole line would probably be Scandal à Paris. That's probably the only one that would really that I'd feel comfortable wearing out of all of them. But even then, that one's quite sweet, and it smells almost like an apple and pear juice type of thing, which I don't love. I don't love that fragrance, but as far as like the style itself goes, I would say that would be the one out of all of them that I would probably feel the most comfortable wearing. I believe that one might even be an eau de toilette fragrance. I can never remember if that one is an eau de toilette or an eau de parfum, but it's a little bit softer, but even then it's still quite a strong scent. And overall, I just think the Scandal line isn't really for me, you guys. It's a very loud line, you know, and it's a fantastic line of fragrances. They're really fantastic for all of those same reasons. Because I do get asked a lot for fragrances that last very well and very, you know, very strong perfumes. And if that's what you're looking for, then I would definitely check out the Scandal line, because they're just so rich and loud and concentrated, etc. But I just feel like they're not really my cup of tea. I don't feel comfortable wearing them. I would feel like they were too loud for me anyway. So that is the Scandal line from Jean Paul Gaultier. Next up today, we have Balenciaga Paris. And it comes in this nice little pouch here, so I'll just take it out of this little pouch, and the bottle is really, really nice. It's quite contemporary, sort of a simple, chic looking bottle there, and it's really very nice. Now this perfume is very pleasant. I believe the main sort of notes are violet leaf, violet, and I can't remember what else is in here, but overall to me this just reminds me of crisp, clean linen, you know, violet slightly, maybe a tiny little bit powdery just from the violet sort of notes. But overall, it just reminds me of freshly cleaned sheets, you know. It's a very clean, crisp, professional, reserved kind of fragrance. And I do like this one. I mean, I would definitely feel much more comfortable wearing this over the Scandal fragrances. The reason I don't really feel this one is for me is because it's almost too serious. It's very, very demure, it's very, very professional, and I almost can see somebody like a business owner or maybe a manager or somebody very professional, managerial, someone quite confident in the corporate world, that kind of thing. I can see that kind of person wearing this fragrance, and again, that's not really me. So I almost feel like I can imagine somebody wearing like a business suit going to the office wearing this kind of fragrance, and it's very, very professional, that type of thing. And I prefer fragrances that are maybe not quite as serious, something a bit more interesting as well. This is quite a linear scent. I just feel like it's almost a bit too professional. Smelling this fragrance, it almost reminds me of like a corporate environment, like a work environment or an interview. I would wear this to an interview. This is one of the fragrances that I would actually wear to any kind of professional setting where I wanted to make a good first impression, you know. If I wanted to come across very professional, then I would reach for this one. But, you know, it doesn't really inspire me. It's not really that fun, you know. It's kind of a very serious, demure fragrance, extremely professional, that kind of thing. So for that reason, I don't really feel as though I resonate with this fragrance, like the scent profile, the style of it. I wouldn't really say that it's very me overall, but it is still a very nice perfume. I haven't decided if I'm going to declutter it. For the time being, I'm keeping it in my collection. It's not really in the declutter category as of yet. Because actually one time I wore this when I was feeling a little bit anxious, and I was having like an off day basically, and I wore this fragrance out, and I found it almost had a slightly calming effect, which was quite nice. So for those kind of scenarios, I actually think this might be quite a nice fragrance, so I am probably going to keep it. But overall, I would say like the mood that this one evokes is not really my style, it's not really my vibe, I wouldn't say. So that is Balenciaga Paris. Next up today, we have these two Viva La Juicy fragrances. We have the original and we have Gold Couture also. Now, I really enjoyed these when I first got them. I think they're really fun perfumes. They smell very nice. If you enjoy sweet perfumes, you know, sweet, girly, flirty, kind of cheery, bubbly, youthful kind of scents. If that's the kind of thing that you enjoy, I would say you're probably going to like these because they are all of those things. But something I've kind of felt recently is whether they feel slightly too juvenile for me. I mean, there's nothing wrong with these perfumes, and each to their own and everything like that, but for me personally, there's almost something about these fragrances that's felt slightly juvenile to me recently. I almost feel a bit like, recently I've been more drawn to perfumes that are a bit more elevated and refined and maybe even slightly more mature. That's the type of fragrance that I've been quite drawn to recently. So these to me aren't that kind of fragrance at all. These are very, you know, bubbly, they're very carefree, very light-hearted, fun, girly, sweet, flirty, all of those kind of things, and it's not really the style of fragrance that I'm loving at the moment. You know, they're just not really the kind of thing that I'm looking for just now, and they're not really my style. So these could possibly be a declutter. I've not been reaching for them. I haven't reached for these in a long time, so I do actually think I will be decluttering these. It's kind of a shame because I really did enjoy them when I first got them. They're really good perfumes, you know, they smell great, they last okay as well, and they're very affordable, and the bottles are really cute. But overall, they're just not really my style anymore. I wouldn't really say that they're my favourite type of scent. And to me, they can sometimes smell a bit cheap, if I'm being honest. They can sometimes smell a bit cheap because at the end of the day, they are cheap, you know, they're extremely affordable. And this fragrance here, the original Viva La Juicy, to me smells an awful lot like the Xerjoff fragrance, Grand Balo, which is, it's shocking actually. That was very uncanny when I discovered that. They smell very alike to me, but even with that being said, there's something about these two fragrances that can smell a bit cheap to me. So for that reason, I don't really think they're my style anymore, you guys. I'm not loving them, and they're probably going to be finding a new home in the near future. So those are the Viva La Juicies, and please don't take anything that I've said about these to heart. I don't judge anybody wearing them, obviously. It's not that, just because a perfume isn't to your personal taste doesn't mean that someone else wouldn't love it. Like, I would never judge anybody for loving any fragrance, even one that I absolutely hate. So please don't ever feel bad if I say that I don't like a perfume. Next up today we have the Kim Kardashian fragrance, and it is just called Kim Kardashian by Kim Kardashian. This perfume, I really like this one. This is extremely affordable, but it smells very elevated to me. It's slightly mature, it's very sophisticated, it's quite confident as well. It's a very voluptuous, intense white floral fragrance with a whisper of spice in here. Some woody nuances to it as well, I would say. A really creamy, beautiful gardenia, tuberose, and maybe even jasmine. This fragrance is just amazing. It's a really amazing fragrance, especially for the price. If you love your really unapologetic, loud, white floral fragrances, then I would definitely check this one out because it's really good. So the thing with this perfume is, although I love it and I will be keeping it in my collection, I do find that it smells quite mature to me, and it's a very intense white floral scent. I don't necessarily think that this is my typical style of perfume, and I don't necessarily think that it suits me that well per se, but with that being said, I do really like it and I am going to be keeping it. This is really kind of different to the type of fragrance that I would normally go for, in the sense that this is really pure white floral, you know, it's very creamy, it's very rich, very heady. I can see this actually giving some people a headache because of how just how intense it is, you know, it's completely engulfing, but I really enjoy this one. I think it's really good. And it's not the type of fragrance I would normally go for. It's very different style-wise. I don't normally go for like a pure floral fragrance. I usually go for a kind of a mix, whether that be a fruity floral or a sweet vanillic, slightly gourmand floral scent. You know, usually there's different aspects going on, but to me this is just a really strong white floral scent, and it's quite mature, like I said, so it's not really my like regular style, if you know what I mean, but I do still love it and I'm going to be wearing it more. I think in the autumn and winter this will be fantastic. The lasting power, the projection and everything is great. And I really like this one, you guys. It's not my usual style, like I say, but I do really enjoy it. So that's Kim Kardashian from Kim Kardashian. Next up today we have Elie Saab Le Parfum, and I really enjoy this one. I absolutely love this fragrance. I think it is a standout perfume. There is orange blossom in here, jasmine, which is one of the most dominating notes that I can detect. There's patchouli and honey, and oh my goodness, it is just such a flirty, confident, beautiful fragrance. Very strong, very long lasting, has a lovely sillage and things like that, and I really, really like this one. Now, the reason I don't really think this one suits me is because, to me, this is a very extroverted kind of fragrance. This reminds me of a very confident, loud, carefree, extroverted kind of personality, which isn't really me. I mean, I would say I'm fairly confident, but I'm not really an extrovert. I kind of like to keep to myself. I'm quite reserved, like I've said before. So, you know, I don't really think that this fragrance suits me per se, but I do really enjoy it. And I'm definitely going to be keeping it in my collection. I do want to wear it more, I think, because it's so strong. And it has those very kind of rich notes in there. I'm going to be saving this for the autumn and winter for sure. So I'm going to see how I get on with it. I'm going to wear it some more and see if I feel more comfortable wearing it as time goes on and things like that. But it's a stunning fragrance. I think it's fantastic. It smells very it smells kind of chic to me as well, quite edgy, like very trendy and edgy. You know, it's the kind of fragrance that I would imagine somebody wearing, you know, somebody who looks on point. They're like immaculate, you know, and they have designer bags and gorgeous shoes, and, you know, they just look immaculate. They're probably wearing a blazer, you know, they have a beautiful outfit on. That's the kind of person I imagine to wear this fragrance. Just very feminine, beautiful, confident, somebody who doesn't take crap off people either. I can imagine somebody like that wearing this. So on the whole, is it my typical style of fragrance? Not really, but am I going to keep it? Yes. I'm definitely going to keep this one. I'm going to see how I get on with it. I'm going to wear it more. And I just really like this one. I would really recommend it as well if you enjoy jasmine, a bit of orange blossom. This is a fantastic floral perfume, honestly. This one, I really enjoy it, and the bottle is absolutely beautiful. So that's Elie Saab Le Parfum. And the last perfume today that I really don't think suits me, and I don't actually have this one in my collection for this reason, is Oud Satin Mood from Maison Franais. Now, I have a sample of this one. I have tried it. I think I've reviewed it as well on my channel, and it is a magnificent fragrance. You know, it is one of those gorgeous, opulent, luxurious, regal kind of fragrances, and for all of those reasons I don't really feel that it suits me. It's not really my kind of style. It's too immaculate, it's too elevated for me. It's just too much for me. It's very, very fancy, it's very, very formal, you know, gorgeous for like events, you know, a black tie event, something special like that, a special occasion. Those are all the kind of things that I associate with that fragrance. And for me, I kind of prefer fragrances that are a bit more easy to reach for. They're not really as you know, they're not really as fancy as that. I can't think of a better word, but you know, I prefer my easy reach kind of fragrances, perfumes that I feel comfortable wearing, etc. So that is a perfume that I have tried. I think it's fantastic. Will I ever own it? I don't know. Maybe one day in the future I will grow into that perfume and I will decide to add it to my collection, but for the time being I don't really feel comfortable wearing it. I don't think it's very me. There's something quite arrogant about that perfume as well. To me, it smells almost intimidating. It's so good that it smells intimidating to me, and I don't really want to smell like that per se. I don't, it's not really my kind of thing. It doesn't really suit me, but it is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. So that is Oud Satin Mood from Maison Franais. So there we have it, everybody. Those are my perfumes that don't suit me. I really like some of these. I don't really love some of the other ones. But overall, I hope you really enjoyed my video. Leave me a comment down below to let me know which fragrances you think don't really suit you, or perfumes that are just not really your style. Is it something that you haven't really necessarily considered with fragrances? It would be really interesting to hear from you guys, as always. So thank you again for watching. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel. Take care, and I will see you on the next video. Bye!